Welcome to the MLB Prop Pick Show, powered by the Bat X. I'm Jon Metler. He's Derek Carty. Like Hal said, it is Dinger Tuesday. Morning all to the chat. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. We didn't have a show on Friday, but Derek did give us some social releases. And of course, Austin Hedges goes yard at 12-1. It's always the ones you don't have a show, right? Like you're like, oh, I'll just tweet these out. No show today. Like you give out home run props, they don't hit. And then it's like, I'll just tweet this out. And then Austin Hedges plus 1,200. Hits a home run on Friday. I was laughing at that. I was like, that was fantastic right there. I feel like that is just how betting goes sometimes. How was your weekend, Derek?
Yeah, it was a good weekend. Definitely loved starting off with Austin Hedges. It was a good weekend for football that ended not as good. I wound up about break even there, but baseball is pretty good. And I think we have, I wouldn't say a good slate today. The board was a little bit, I don't know, more barren than I was hoping this morning, but I think we still have a few solid plays.
Yeah, I feel like Tuesday here, everyone's attention kind of swings back to baseball a little bit for a couple of days here before it goes back to football. So let's get rolling into these picks. If you're new to the release procedure, we have 3 bets for you today. We will tell you what game we're betting on, the prop market, the team, the player, and then the bet. And then we'll have Derek break down those bets using those projections from the Bat X and kind of putting a little more context to those numbers. So let's get rolling here. We're going to bet 365 for the very first one. Red Sox Athletics. I was making sure I was conscious not to say Oakland. I always say Oakland because they just didn't add a city in front. I know they didn't add a city in front, so I feel like you always say Oakland with this. We are looking at our number is there. So we're going Jeffrey Springs under 1.5 walks allowed plus 130. Once again, that is Jeffrey Springs under 1.5 walks allowed plus 130. Derek, you want to break this one down?
Yep. The bat is projecting this one as pretty close, actually not even that close to a coin flip. It's closer to 60% than it is to 50. And we're getting it at plus 128 or plus 130, I guess, if it just shifted a little. That's nice. Springs doesn't have a super long leash, has decent control, has a pitcher's umpire working in his favor today, is facing a Boston offense that is a little below average for walks, not anything crazy, but slightly favorable. So you kind of you pile it all on top of each other, you put it together, and we get some decent value here. The bat's projecting 1.38 walks for Springs. So again, closer to about a 60% win rate on this, that if we can get it at any kind of plus money, it's going to show good value.
All right. I really like this one because last couple of shows, I think I've given out some money lines. You've been the opposite with the starting pitcher of the team I'm giving a money line bet on. I guess I'm teasing my future bet if you can just figure it out on this show. So I'm happy to see you're kind of backing Jeffrey Springs here. So we're going Jeffrey Springs under 1.5 walks plus 130. We'll move on here to the next one. We're staying at bet 365 and we are looking for Giants Diamondbacks for the game here. Did we lose Mick maybe in the background? Maybe he fell out of the show. Maybe
365 is down. I can't get on there.
Okay. Do you want to just go somewhere else? But I'll tell you the number. Is that bet 365 just so people can see it? Because I feel like it kind of helps when you can see on the screen there too.
I think DraftKings was like 5 points off. If you want to go there.
DraftKings, but we'll take the number from 365. Just for those people, maybe some people are watching it at work and they don't have volume on, so they kind of follow it on the screen. I feel like that's
actually a good point. That's smart.
Probably a lot of people betting on sports do that. So we're looking for the pitchers outs market, and the number, it is 5 cents off here. So we're going Robbie Ray under 17.5 outs. It was plus 120 at bet 365. We can't pull up bet 365. Website is down. You can see it right there on the screen. Plus 115 at DraftKings. But there is a plus 120 at bet 365, so you can place it there. Robbie Ray under 17.5 outs. Derek, you want to break this one down?
Yeah, this one, I wouldn't take too much further than this. Like I said, the board was a little bit barren today. Normally, I want a little more value than this. I think you can probably take it down to like plus 110, plus 105, and you're okay. Beyond that, I'm not loving it. It's about a 55% projected winner. Robbie Ray has had an awesome year in terms of his results, but process-wise, like he just doesn't look any different than he has the past few years. He actually looks worse. His stuff plus is below average for the first time in his entire career. It's like way down. His strikeouts are down. It's second. I think it's the second lowest strikeout rate of his career. The walks are still there. He just is getting a little bit lucky with his BABIP, with his strand rate, with his home run per fly ball rate. I think is the best of his career, maybe, or second best of his career. So regression is coming for Robbie Ray. He's a guy who is not efficient generally, especially when he's not just getting outs on balls in play. When hits are falling in and he's walking guys, tends to waste pitches, gets it up there, facing a pretty good team today in Arizona. And yeah, so we're kind of hoping on the Robbie Ray regression. The bat's projecting about 16 and a half outs here, about a 55% chance of getting pulled before the end of the sixth inning.
There was when I was going through the home run market this morning, there was a couple guys on the Diamondbacks who are showing an edge. So when you see it, I didn't place bets on them, but there was a couple guys. When you see multiple guys in a lineup against a pitcher, probably not a good sign for his outs market either. If you're going to be serving up long balls, so that's just of note too. Everyone's saying this is still available at Bet365 plus 120. So make sure you go grab that number there on Robbie Ray under 17.5 outs. We'll move on to the third one here. We're going to DraftKings, Kansas City Royals, Cleveland Guardians, and we are looking for the hits market. And our number is here. This is great. We're going Tyler Tolbert under half hits plus 105 at DraftKings here. Once again, that's Tyler Tolbert, plays for the Kansas City Royals under half hits plus 105. Derek, you want to break this one down?
Yep. He projects for exactly half a hit, but when you consider distributions and everything, it's closer to about a 60% winner. Not as high of expected value as I normally like, but again, the board was kind of limited today. But I think the angle on Tolbert is a pretty obvious one. First, he's not very good. He has like a 220 batting average this year, and all of his projections say he's about that guy. Really nothing special, well below average in terms of getting hits, usually buried at the bottom of the order. And he's a guy who projects for a high pinch hit risk, 61% according to the BATX today, facing Joey Cantillo, who is actually, I think, a little bit above average, or a little bit underrated as a pitcher. I think he's way better than like no one knows who Joey Cantillo really is. He doesn't have any kind of name value, but I think he's a decent pitcher. And Tolbert is facing him with the platoon advantage, and because he's a righty, when the bullpen comes in, very good chance we're going to see a right-handed pitcher. And so yeah, we're looking at some unders on Tolbert here. If we're lucky, we'll get 2 at bats. More likely, probably 3. The bat's projecting 2.7, so could go either way. But hopefully his day is short and he doesn't get a hit before he gets pulled.
Cheeseburger Eddie saying first things first. He kind of sucks. That's always the best.
I didn't say it in those exact words, but
Bobby Newport, as a Royals fan, can confirm. A bunch of Royals fans, Reed Phillips as well, chirping him in the chat here. As soon as you said the name, you started breaking it down. I'm like, I don't know the numbers of the projection for it, but like I can just guess this guy's a high pinch hit risk because he sounds like a player who probably has a high pinch hit risk. So
exactly. As soon as I saw him on the sheet, I'm like, I kind of know who he is. I know he's got some speed. Yeah. But I know he's not very good. And let me see, does he have a pinch hit risk? Yep, it's really high.
Yeah, I kind of maybe we'll say this. I'll say this for the postseason, maybe, but I'll say it for the postseason. It's about the Tigers. Because one guy showing an edge in the home run market day was Kerry Carpenter, and I'm like, AJ Hinch just scares me because he just pinch hit for him. I think against the White Sox in like the 6th inning with Jahmai Jones. I was like, man, I'm like that's for a really good hitter.
They're not afraid to pinch hit.
I know, and like for
I
very
feel
good
like Jones has had a bunch of games this year with like 1 at bat. Like they'll lead him off and he'll get 1 at bat and then he just gets pinch hit for. So they're a team that's aggressive with it.
Yeah, and like usually like a guy who's batting 3rd or 2nd and who has like 25. You don't ever think about like pinch hit. You're not like, oh, I'm gonna place this home run bet and he's gonna get pinch hit for. You don't really worry about those guys. So I just Kerry Carpenter is one of those guys. that you're like, man, this is, it kind of puts a huge drag on his props. So anyways, that's my rant.
It does, and it's weird with him too, because he's had such a good year and he has so much power, that like they do pinch hit for him so much. They still do.
Yeah. I don't know why they don't even just give him a chance. Like, unless he like quite literally cannot hit lefties and they know that and he knows that and he's fine with it. It is a weird scenario there with him, but he pinch hits all the lefties. Cole Keith gets pinch hit for quite a bit too. So anyways, the 3 bets today, we're going Jeffrey Springs under half walks allowed plus 130. We're going Robbie Ray under 17.5 outs plus 120 at Bet365, and Tyler Tolbert under half hits plus 105. This concludes Derek's segment of the show. I do have a couple of picks myself. We will see Derek back here tomorrow, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Derek, thanks for joining the show today.
Yep. See you guys tomorrow.
All right. I kind of teased my one, or I got 2 bets. I got a bet and an SGP. So first bet is the Athletics on the money line. Tease it with the Jeffrey Springs. I was happy to see him kind of backing Jeffrey Springs there because I'm taking the Athletics on the money line. This comes down to me, like, they're not a great team. Like, I think we all know that the Red Sox are clearly the better team in this matchup, but the Athletics, like, at home, like, they're a good offense. And like, as you're coming down September here, I don't think they're one of those teams that's just kind of like mailing it in and kind of hoping the season ends. Like, they can rake at that ballpark, and I think all their hitters know it. And I think that kind of plays, like, my Tigers went in there and got swept like 2 weeks ago or whatever. So I do think they're like kind of friskier than what they would be, like a team that's kind of has their record there. They faced Garrett Crochet yesterday. He dusted them. They lost 7-0. I do feel like it's kind of funny. So you go Garrett Crochet, you go Dustin May. I mean, facing Dustin May today after facing Garrett Crochet yesterday, that ball's going to have to might look like a beach ball to these batters, because Dustin May's not a good pitcher and Garrett Crochet is up there for AL Cy Young. So Dustin May on the road, he has like over a 6.5 ERA. He hasn't been a good pitcher. Jeffrey Springs, he kind of is who he is, but Dustin May, in my opinion, is worse. So if you're going to give me the Athletics at even money, I'm going to take it. I think this should be closer to minus 125 here. And I do have an SGP for Dinger Tuesday. I didn't go any straight bets. I just went for an SGP here. I'm going Brent Rooker to hit home run, Nick Hurts to hit home run, and the Athletics on the money line. You can kind of see how this plays out. Nick Hurts has the highest like projection to hit a home run on the Athletics. As like a straight bet, it's not like a high EV. It was pretty much in line with the price. So like, that's why there wasn't a straight bet there. Brent Rooker had the highest EV. Like, he kind of projected out as the best hitter today based on this price. I bet this at the Score, ESPN, depending on where you are. So Brent Rooker was plus 425 there. He was showing a good edge. Brent Rooker's just kind of cold right now, so I didn't want to place a straight bet on him either. I'm going to put them all together. There's a couple other guys in the Athletics that look good too. So I mean, obviously, if these guys hit home runs, I like them on the money line as well. If they do hit home runs, they're probably going to win the game. Plus 24.59. I used a 20% boost at the Score to boost this up. I think it's about around 20-1 before the boost there. So that's the SGP. This concludes the MLB Prop Pick Show, powered by Newport. Best I'm seeing is minus 106 FanDuel. You can definitely play that. I think Pinnacle is about minus 104 too. So like I said, I think minus 125 is kind of your break even. And Hal saying Dustin May on the mound. Yeah, I'll take the A's for sure. Yeah, he is not good. His stats are really bad. So, and that, like I said, the Athletics, they have a good offense. They can take advantage of that. Their bullpen is well rested too. They've had a bunch of blowouts the last couple of days here. So they blew out, was it the Angels, I think, on the weekend a couple of times. So they haven't used their like better arms in the bullpen there. So they're well rested. And I mean, if you're the manager of the A's, you should be looking at this game like, we can win this game. We can steal this game. So you probably want to leverage those arms too. So Athletics money line. This concludes the MLB Prop Picks Show, powered by the Bat X. We will see you guys tomorrow, Wednesday morning, 9:15 a.m. Eastern. Good luck with your bets. Enjoy Dinger Tuesday.